Kia ora, and welcome to another playthrough of the Daily Flight in Sparrow Warfare, the upcoming game from Neon Aurelius. I'm Sweet Tunes, and I love playing computer games. I particularly enjoy doing playtesting, beta testing, helping developers find the kinks and the bugs so that the game is in peak condition when it gets released. And we are in the demo, which means that if you drop into the link below, you can get hold of this game yourself, have a playthrough, have a go through the tutorial, jump in on both the normal game, the daily flight, and then come over to the Discord and chat, share what you like about the game, share ideas, thinking, because you never know, ideas can then get implemented in the next version. So today's daily flight, what has the game got for us? All right, we are in the way of song, so we are looking to try and build up our followers, get the song onto them, and then use that song and our wild tiles to attack the boss, to attack the birds, to get us defense if we need it, to create nice little glitter bombs that are going to go off with little sparkly yays. And our modifiers. This is going to be fun. Because we are Legion. The idea here is that first level doesn't do anything. We haven't got any followers, but for every bird that we free and don't claim the reward from at the end of each level that follows us into the next level, we're going to get a strength. That strength will decrease by 1 each round, but that can be a really nice boost into a level, help us with some of those initial birds. We got Swooperoni Toni, and this plays really so well with song. I am loving this because you start off with a bomb that in 3 turns is going to explode and cause 50 damage to everybody on screen. So what you're going to try and do is build up, pull out as many birds as possible in those first 3 turns, build up the song, use that song before they disappear, and then get rid of them at the end of that 3rd turn. A little bit of a caveat that you've got to have the defense, so you've got to be able to actually stand any attacks that they put out and watch for some of the higher hit point birds that might not get taken out with the bomb, so you still have to be able to watch for those. And balancing so nicely with We Are Legion, we've got Wildest tiles. So we've got all the boss tiles for both the Way of Song and the boss tiles that are in common between our 2 ways. Now what this means is that we've got some really powerful tiles that we can play with straight away. Some of them are one-shots, and those ones I leave till the 3rd round. Some of them you can only play once in a level, so you've got to be careful about when you play those. Others will just keep on recurring, which means that you don't necessarily need to be getting the benefits and the rewards from your followers. So we're going to see how this plays out. I might end up getting myself into a corner with too many birds, not enough defense. We'll see how that plays, but I'm really looking forward to this. So without further ado, let's go look at the tiles we've got in hand. So our normal attack defense, we've got the Way of Song, so this one with a little star on it will be guaranteed to get that in our first hand. And then we've got Focus. It's a one-shot. We use that to get rid of the low value tiles and balance that against Suit Up, which upgrades the suit. And so those nicely boost all of our tiles of that particular suit up by 1, and we can then destroy the lowest values, so we start off with a nice little skew towards the higher amounts. On Fire, this is one of our one shots. I tend to leave that one till the last round in case I need it. We've got our Phoenixes, so those will come back only once per level. 1,000 Talons, Shields Up, Chancer, and no, those are our Phoenix Choir is a Phoenix, so every tile will play chimes, which means every tile will add more song onto the birds that are on the screen. And Earworm, really handy, keep the song value at the end of the turn, but each of those can only play them once per level, so you're going to be wanting to get those when you've got high value tiles on screen, because each of those you can see is an X, so for X turns you want that to be with your higher value tiles. The other ones, going worldwide is cool once you've got lots of followers. Attack everybody. Again, if you've then got high value tiles that you can attack with, that can be really powerful. Hum, it's a small version of Earworm, but that's one of the standard wild tiles we get with Song. Keep the Song value till the next round, so only for one turn, but can be nice just to slip things across, so that you can get your Disco Fiasco out and attack the boss with all the Song tiles. Peacock's Eye, that's a really nice defense booster. Right, so we've got a really nice hand of wild tiles right from the start, so hopefully that will come out nicely for us in the deal. Okay. Right. I'll start off with a little bit of a hit out on Sister Claus. You can see our Swooperoni there waiting for us. Oh, this is something. We've had an upgrade to the demo system, which is really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to discard that defense, and I'm going to do a 2, 3, a 2, 4, and a Way of Song. So we'll build up the Way of Song. So there's a little bit of a change of layout. We now have open sky. It's beautiful, so the sky just keeps going. Our timer and our modifiers are over in the top left. Bottom right is where our now birds we've got. But we now have this really useful counter. It's going to tell us what the total value that we're playing at is, whether it's attack, defense, song, in this one, Way of Fire, if we're in Way of Fire. Slightly better on the mental maths at the end of a long day. Really nice. So let's get out our song. Alright. And we're going to need some more defense, or we're going to need to do something nice with our birds. So what I'll start off with doing is I'm going to suit up. So I shall start off with upgrading, because then that'll automatically upgrade the 2 additional songs, so those will become 3 as they get played out, which is really rather cool. So now I've frozen both Sister Claus and Lois. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my now 5 song, the Earworm, and I'm going to use that focus to destroy the lowest value song tiles, which are now 2s instead of 1s. That also takes out Sister Claus completely. And destroy those tiles. And now we're going to keep the song values for 5 turns. Which means that Lonely Lewis basically stays frozen, because always going to have more song on him than he's got song values. So again, build up some more song, because that's going to freeze Bridget. There we go. Right, what I have to be a little bit careful of now is I would really like a attack the boss, or no. So I've still got chimes going, but at the end of this round I'm going to lose the song on Lonely Lewis and Bridget, as well as Chatty Child, which is a bit of a pain. I am, because the bomb's going to go off and get rid of them, I'm going to just leave those, because everything becomes a timer. Anything that I play out, I lose one count on, so we'll take that down. The boss still has 35 on them. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my 1,000 talents. So I will add 5 strength to everything. And I will then boost up the choir, because that means I will get some just additional chimes on the boss. Normally I don't like waking the boss up early, but I also don't want to waste the additional attack that I've just got in. We'll leave that there, see if we get our last 2 birds out this turn. No, just the one. That's a bit of a shame, but we've still got chimes going, which means I can do something. And we'll build up the chancer, so get a bit of a better probability of getting rare tiles. If I were to look into my rewards, I probably won't. And now I shall use up the song, so 15 song, which means I'll freeze Papa Hawk, and then we'll put a nice little hit down on the beekeeper. Song's going to keep going for one more round, but it's only one song. I'll get rid of the one shot so that I've still got enough space in my hand for some nice new tiles. Right. Feathered Fury out. Okay. Now I'm going to do some humming and get my shields up. Yeah, I should have done the peacock's eye first. Never mind. Boost up that defense, because the defense is going to keep going for a while, so let's get as much as possible. And I'm going to use that going worldwide, because that will take out Feathered Fury and a decent chunk of what's left on the beekeeper. Yeah, 35. Does bring a slot hog in, so we've got to be careful about how we use it. But at this stage of this round, I don't think we need to worry too much about our hand being clogged up. Alright. I'll just do a very quick disco fiasco. And sadly no other runs, but still nicely defended thanks to our shields up. And 3, 4 and a 5. Not quite going to take us out, but adding the extra defense in with the chimes now has taken us to the beekeeper being below the attack points, which means they won't attack us. And given we're going to finish the round this time, I don't need to worry about another slot hog. Slot hogs will disappear at the end of the turn, so there we go. The beekeeper defeated, and no need to open our followers, which means that along with our stronger tiles, we now start with 9 strength, which, as you can see, even with our base, so this is technically a 1 attack, has now given us a really powerful beginning to this round, and we can just take out the Shrike without worrying about it. In fact, we're even going to hit the Falconer. Normally I would try and avoid that, but not much I can do about it. Right, and Feather Fall is immune to song, but I can use the choir and just, I should have done that the other way around, but I can start adding chimes in for that nice length of time. Now, unfortunately, without having the song being held, it's not gets wasted, but at this point again, a little bit of a waste of the peacock's eye just to fill out that set of 12, but to have an additional 12 strength on top of the 7 strength that I've got now is not to be sneezed at. Now, a 1 strength tile is a strength 20. And in fact, I'm actually going to discard that 20 strength just to give myself a bit more space in my hand. Sadly, not enough birds to have much effect with that bomb. We don't need this. And I'm just going to fire out those. I want to keep the high value songs, but a 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, not quite enough. That's why I have to use the songs. Freeze the abyss rather than taking him out. But again, those chimes just do help take those hit points down. Now the falconer is awake. (23 times 12). I don't think it's quite as much as 314, but in fact 23 times 13 because it comes in there. 270. Not too difficult around. And now again, I haven't touched my followers at all, so I'm now going to face the poacher with 19 strength. So when I get the 1,000 talons out for that, that's going to be really nice. I'm hoping it's just going to freeze Hannibal. Unfortunately, I can't attack Hannibal directly until I've got defense, otherwise I will get hit. So, blow. Now I'm going to look for something that will help fill out that defense because I want to take out Hannibal. I don't like the thorns hanging around. It's too dangerous. Oh, okay. We'll side hustle it. I'm not thinking I'm going to open any more tiles, but we'll do that. Because now a 20, 21, 22. It's going to hit the poacher. That's inevitable, but I'll take Hannibal out before he can heal himself. And I should have done the 1,000 talons at that point. Never mind. Sure. See what we get. Okay. So let's start up with. Let's just boost up that 1,000 talons. As I said, normally in a normal game I wouldn't do this, but with 48 strength on there, we're taking the poacher down a decent amount, but I'm also now, as long as I can build my defense, I really don't have to worry about defense. So, okay. And I could do lots of fun things, or I could hit everybody for 43 times 20. And
fly free, little sparrow.
I think that does have to be one of the fastest games I have played. So we had 29 followers at the end, with 12 of those that didn't even come out and face us, that hidden glory. Obviously all of our perfected, no kings, because even though we're playing with the boss wild tiles, those that we start with don't count against the no kings, so we got our 250 there. We got Kurgan because there were no duplicates, which is a lot harder to manage if you're opening up your followers. Peregrine Flight because I did it well under 20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I really jump in that game, see what you can do because you can see how fun these tiles are when they get together, and hey, some of those combos that we didn't even get to see are just so cool. So yeah, take it, have a go, jump onto Discord and let us know what you think. And I will see you next time. Kia ora.